All of you switch on your video. All of you switch on your video. If you are not doing this, we will remove you for entire lecture. Quickly switch on your video fast. In between किसी का भी वीडियो ऑफ हुआ, okay, we will directly remove you. We will not inform you. Okay, कि क्यों ऑन किया ऑफ किया whatever. दक्ष दिशा वीडियो ऑन करो. हेत हेतवी हिमांशी ओके हिमांशी जिया मीत सिंह रुद्र समर्थ साहिल नाजिया मैडम
Aneri,
are not responding wait for 5 minutes otherwise remove them.
okay ma'am.
પણ કોઈનો પણ વિડિયો ઓફ થાય સરે જે ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્શન આપી છે આપણને ફોલો ધીસ ઓકે remove them.
Okay ma'am.
Okay, Shreya, switch on your video. Yes. And ma'am, make a list of those students.
Okay ma'am.
See, now I am going to start a new chapter. That's the chapter number 19, Human Excretory System. It's a one kind of physiological process that helps to remove nitrogenous waste product from the body. બોલો કાલો.
મેમ પેલો ચેપ્ટર પૂરો થઈ ગયો?
ના બાકી છે. Sir will take this chapter after ઉત્તરાયણ.
ઓકે મેમ.
Okay. हाँ. So human excretory system, in this chapter we are going to learn that which are the nitrogenous waste products are there, how these products are formed by the excretory system, and how our system, this excretory system that helps to remove this nitrogenous waste product from the body to outside, right? These things we are going to learn in this chapter. As you know that in animals, that ammonia form, urea, uric acid, even CO2 form, right, by metabolic activities. These things are accumulate, and these things are formed by metabolic activities. Even water ions like sodium, potassium, chloride, phosphate, sulfate, these all things are formed, these all things are accumulate. And these substances, particularly these nitrogenous substances, have to be removed totally or partially. Okay, excess amount of ions are also not required in body. Excess amount of ions, excess amount of water, excess amount of this nitrogen, okay, means this nitrogenous wastes are not required, right? Even CO2 remove outside through the breathing process, exhalation. So either these substances have to be removed totally or partially. If I talk about the ions, sodium, potassium, chloride, phosphate, sulfate, then these ions removed partially. Okay, normal concentration maintained and then extra that is removed. What about this nitrogenous waste? Okay, can anyone tell me which are the nitrogenous waste products are there which are eliminated through the help of excretory system? We have learned in chapter number 7 actually. Khushi Desai, go ahead.
Ma'am, uric acid, ammonia, carbon monoxide, etc.
नहीं, कार्बन मोनोक्साइड में नाइट्रोजन नहीं आता ना, तो वो नाइट्रोजिनस वेस्ट नहीं है. Uric acid,
Okay.
ammonia, correct, and third one is a urea. So urea, uric acid, and ammonia. These three are nitrogenous waste product. When we see the structure of this ammonia, you know in that the NH3, then urea. यूरिया का स्ट्रक्चर अगर आप देखो, सो इन दैट just a second. I'll show you the structure of this. Okay, that's urea. Simple structure that NH2 CO NH2. This is the structure of urea. Ammonia agar hai to simple NH3, right? In this nitrogen is present, so these are considered as a nitrogenous waste. Okay. Next, that's the uric acid. Uric acid in that structure. See, this is the structure of uric acid. This is the structure of uric acid. Can you make out over here nitrogens are present, right? So ammonia, uric acid, and urea. These are the three main nitrogenous waste products. This thing should not be accumulate or present in a body, in a system, because they are highly toxic. They shows the toxicity, right? So to remove for this, okay, due to the toxic nature, this compounds nitrogenous waste product should be removed from the body, right? Now, and that process you call excretion. Through the excretion, these things are removed: ammonia, urea, and uric acid. Now, when we see the comparison, okay, when we see the comparison, then you can understand, okay, that how can be the, which is the actually most toxic substance out of these three: ammonia, urea, or uric acid. So see this thing first. So the process, okay, the process of excreting the ammonia, that process you call ammonotalism. First process that you call ammonotalism, right? In which the ammonia is excreted outside. Ammonia, remember ammonia, right? That is excreted by, some of the examples are there, that bony fishes, okay? Bony fishes, aquatic amphibians, as you, if you can recall, frog हमने लर्न किया था, उसमें tadpole larva which is aquatic, तो वो ammonotelic था, and frog that's a ureotelic adult frog, right? So aquatic amphibians, aquatic insects, even some of the cnidarians like hydra, these all organisms perform, or they release the nitrogenous waste product in the form of ammonia. So that process we call ammonotalism. Organism which release the ammonia as a nitrogenous waste, we call ammonotelic. Okay, that organisms you call what? Ammonia. This ammonia, how can be this ammonia is released outside? So simple, by which process? Diffusion across the body surface or gills. Okay, with the help of diffusion, either across the body surface or the gills, that helps to remove this. Next, ammonia, remember, that is cannot be removed by kidneys. Ammonia cannot be removed by kidneys. किडनी क्या रिमूव करता है? यूरिया. That we will learn. Ammonia, that is basically present in which form? That released in which form? Ammonium. So removed as a which form? Ammonium ion. In this, remember this: first, ammonotalism is a process by which excretion of ammonia occurs. Examples: bony fish, aquatic amphibians, aquatic insect. This thing excreted outside with the help of this body surface by simple diffusion. This one removed in the form of ammonium ion, and ammonia cannot be excreted by the kidneys. Next point that you should remember, that ammonia, actually it is a readily soluble. Okay, ammonia is a readily soluble. It's generally excreted by diffusion across the body surface or through the gill surface. In case of fishes, bony fishes is ammonium ions, right? Ammonia actually it's a highly toxic. देखिए अमोनिया, आप ये फॉर्मेट में याद रखना, अमोनिया highly toxic, but it required to dissolve in water. It requires very less amount of water because it can easily dissolve in water, right? Readily soluble, this one. So ammonia highly toxic but required less water. Okay, now see, required less water over here, okay, and highly toxic. Next is a which one? That is ureotalism. Ureotalism, so excretion of urea. Examples: mammals, terrestrial amphibians. See, aquatic amphibians आए तो ammonotelic, terrestrial amphibians आए तो here urea is formed. See, urea is a nitrogenous waste product. This nitrogenous waste product is not formed by the excretory system. What is the main aim of excretory system? To remove this nitrogenous waste product from the body, right? To remove, not for form. So exactly this urea, which is a nitrogenous waste product, that is formed from where? See, ये process है simple. You know, in our body amino acids are there. Amino acid का structure, if you recall, that in that one of the group is amino group is there, right? From that amino group detach, that process you call deamination. उससे first ammonia form होगा in body. This ammonia convert into urea. This ammonia converts into what? Urea. In humans, mammals, हमारे में भी first क्या form होता है? Ammonia by deamination process, this thing. Next, this ammonia first ornithine cycle. Okay, with the help of which cycle? Ornithine cycle. Ornithine cycle, or another name is a urea cycle. That is occur in liver. Urea to carry out this thing, a cycle is there. जैसे आपने Krebs cycle learn किया है ना, like that one of the cycle is there, ornithine cycle. Another name is a urea cycle, and that is present, or that occurs in liver. So liver में यूरिया फॉर्म हुआ, वो रिलीज कौन करेगा? आउटसाइड किडनीज. Okay, so excretion of urea, example mammals, terrestrial amphibians and marine fishes. Urea formation in liver by ornithine cycle. Then this urea is by the kidneys. Urea, urea and uric acids are there. They are compared to this ammonia are less toxic. Next, once the urea is formed into the liver, this urea come into the blood. Liver में से वो blood में आ जाएगा, right? From the liver, it comes to the blood, and that blood, when reach to the kidneys, that is filter out. Okay, यूरिया को वो फिल्टर करके रिलीज कर देता है आउटसाइड with amount So urea, the line is given in your textbook that some amount of urea may be retained in the kidney matrix, okay, to maintain the desired osmolarity. This line you can understand easily when we do counter current mechanism. So wait for that. Just for time being, remember that very little amount of urea retained into the kidneys. बोलिए श्रेया.
मैम तो एक टाइम
કન્ટિન્યુઅસલી ફોર્મ થતું હોય એન્ડ પ્યોરિફાઈ થાય.
તો મેમ થોડુંક બી ના રહી જાય કે બધું એકદમ
No, no, no. Okay, very, see, urea, if I'm talking about urea, very little quantity of urea that is remain inside the kidney. Okay, that is necessary to maintain osmolarity. Solute concentration को maintain करने के लिए ये required है.
yes
That you will learn in counter current mechanism, right?
Yes.
Next topic. So otherwise majority urea that is filtered out. That's why तो ये system बना है ना. अगर वो work नहीं करेगा proper, so इसकी requirement ही नहीं है. And that shows a disease if not properly released out. Kidney में problem हो जाता है फिर. Okay, urea accumulation भी start हो जाता है. This urea actually, okay, affects the joints also. Okay, so when kidney, some problem occur in kidney part, then it cannot be able. Normal person, healthy person में ये possible है. That's right. Now, third one, that is uric acid, that you call uricotalism. Uricotalism, it's a process by which uric acid that release outside. Now, examples इसमें क्या है? Reptiles, birds, and land snail. Reptile, birds, land snail. Okay. Lizards, reptiles में particularly lizards and snakes are there. Okay, even you know cockroach. Okay, cockroach is there, insects, land snail and insects also. Right, they excrete the nitrogenous waste as a uric acid. Uric acid, right, actually they release outside with a minimum loss of water. They release outside with a minimum loss of water. Okay, so minimum loss of water है, so uric acid जो released होता है as a extract waste from this organism in the form of pellet. वो pellet form में होता है. Birds का जो extract waste product होता है, that is in the which form? Pellet form. Remember, pellet, or you can say that the paste form. Okay. So reptiles, birds, land snails, insects excrete this nitrogenous wastage as a uric acid in the form of pellet or paste. Birds का generally आपने ये observe किया होगा, extract waste in the form of paste, thick paste like structure is there. Okay, in that very less amount of water is there. Clear? And this is this thing, these organisms, you can say that uricotalic. Okay, uric acid least toxic. यूरिक एसिड रिमेंबर लिस्ट टॉक्सिक. यूरिया क्या होता है? लेस टॉक्सिक. एंड अमोनिया क्या है? दैट्स सी अमोनिया, यूरिया एंड यूरिक एसिड. अमोनिया that is the highly toxic, urea less toxic, and this one is least toxic. Now highly toxic है, आप understand करो. highly toxic है meaning what? Rapidly, it should be very fast rate, it should be removed from the body. At a very rapid rate, it should be removed from the body. That's why, okay, whenever the ammonia released outside, in that large amount of water is there, large amount of water. That's why जो aquatic organisms है ना, वो ही ये ammonia release करते हैं. They can afford this thing. Terrestrial organism cannot afford this. Okay, then urea. Urea mainly by terrestrial organisms. That's why जो ammonia form होता है ना, that ammonia first convert into urea, which is less toxic. Less toxic है, so it requires moderate amount of water to release outside. And this one uric acid, okay, that is very very least toxic. Okay, so वो longer period of time भी body में रहेगा, तो it cannot create hazardous effect, right? So with that, here almost no water, we can say that, or very very less water is there in their external waste. बोलिए, क्लियर हुआ आपको फर्स्ट ये टॉपिक, अमोनोटैलिक, यूरियोटैलिक, यूरिकोटैलिक?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubt? All of you reply.
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. चलिए, quickly write down. The process of excreting ammonia is known as, the process of excreting ammonia is known as, okay, ammonotalism. Good. Next, can you give me the examples of organisms which excrete urea? Hetvi, Mishwa, Vandana, then Zil Mansuri. Video off है आप लोगों का, right? Terrestrial amphibians, marine fishes, mammals, okay, they excrete this thing. Next, out of these three, ammonia, urea, and uric acid, to release out outside from the body, which one require very less amount of water? Which one required very less amount of water to release outside? To release outside, which one required very least amount of water? Uric acid is the correct answer. Uric acid, because uric acid in the form of paste, ammonia in a form of, that's the aqueous solution. So ammonia में ज्यादा water होता है when it release outside. यूरिया में less होता है, and very least amount of water is there in which one? This one, uric acid in the form of pellet. Now next thing that quickly write down. Land snail excrete what? Land snails excrete what? Land snail? Huh? Land snail uric acid. Huh, very good. Nitrogenous waste. Good answer. Huh? Uric acid. Land snails. Next. Can you tell me? Kangaroo excrete dash. Kangaroo excrete dash. अभी बोलो ना मैडम ने नहीं करवाया kangaroo का है ना? मीत सिंह गुड. यूरिया करेक्ट. मैमल्स है. मैमल्स में कोई भी एग्जांपल्स आ सकता है. चैप्टर 4 में आपने लर्न किया है. राइट. नेक्स्ट. lizard excrete dash. lizard excrete dash. करेक्ट ऋषि. इसके लिए ये आना चाहिए फर्स्ट कि lizard belongs to reptile. ओके ये फॉर्मेट में नीट में एमसीक्यूज आते हैं. that release uric acid. correct.
मैम ચેટ ખોલે છે તો વિડિયો બંધ થઈ જાય છે. હમણાં
next part that as you have learned na, that lowest kingdom that's a porifera. Porifera to the higher, that's in hierarchy, that's the highest one, that's the vertebrate are there. Okay, chordates are there. So in each and every that particular phylum, the different axillary structures are there. Primitive axillary structure to the highly developed axillary structures are there. Primitive जो है generally in invertebrates, they are in a simple tubular form. They are in a simple tubular form. These axillary structures are there. In case of vertebrates, vertebrates में mainly क्या है? Kidneys, right? In vertebrates, that the kidneys are there. Now, first example, that is Protonephridia, or another name, that's the phlegm cells. Present in organisms belongs to platyhelminths, flatworms. One of the example is planaria. देखिए ये planaria है. Into the planaria, can you make out over here that this type of tubular structures are there? इसको यहाँ पे elaborate करके दिया है. In which the phlegm cells are there. Okay. When it here the cilia are actually present in these phlegm cells. When these cilia actually beat with each other, it looks like a phlegm. It looks like a phlegm. That's why the name given it's a phlegm cells. So first remember Protonephridia or phlegm cells present in platyhelminths. Example planaria. Even other examples that the rotifers. Okay, some of the rotifers. Then some annelids even. Some annelids, this structure is present. Okay, even some annelids, remember. Then this rotifers and platyhelminthes, in that this Protonephridia are present. Okay. Now, next second thing, and one more example, that's a Amphioxus, which is a cephalocordate. So protonephridia are present in first Platyhelminth phylum, example Planaria, then rotifers, then some annelids, remember, and cephalochordate, that's the amphioxus, right? Which these phlegm cells that helps in to maintain the ionic and fluid volume regulation. It maintains the ionic balance and the fluid balance. Okay. Next, you know that earthworm. Can you tell me in earthworm which excretory structure is present? In earthworm, which excretory structure is present? Write down. अर्थवर्म कॉकरोच फ्रॉग लर्न किया था, करेक्ट. अर्थवर्म में क्या है? नेफ्रीडिया. ओके, 3 टाइप्स ऑफ नेफ्रीडिया यू हैव लर्न. सेप्टम, इंटेगुमेंट्री and pharyngeal. Okay, so nephridia are present in earthworm and other annelids, which also helps in to maintain the fluid and ionic balance and helps in to remove the nitrogenous waste, that's the basically ammonia. Can you tell me in cockroach, which is the excretory structure?
Malpighian tubules.
Write down your answer in chat box. Okay, that's a which one? Malpighian tubules. Malpighian tubules, that is located between that midgut and hindgut. That also helps in to remove the nitrogenous waste and osmoregulation. Next, another thing, another example, that crustaceans. Okay, crustacean, in that one of the example, prawn, even crayfish. Okay, can you make out just below the antenna? यहाँ पे उसके antennas है at this part. Just below that, over here, green color structure is present. That structure you call either antennal glands or green glands. Okay, ये extra structures होते हैं specifically in crustaceans, prawn. Okay, antennal glands you can say that, or which one? Green glands. ये पूरा structure है वो gland का. Right? No need to remember structure, just remember the name. Antennal glands or the green glands, which are present in crustacean like prawn. Right? Next. Then first, contractile vacuoles, that is present in amoeba. Okay, we have learned these protonephridia phlegm cells. Nephridia we have learned, Malpighian tubules, antennal glands. Then bivalves, ये extra है for NEET only. Bivalves में कौन सा होता है? That organ of Bojanus. Organ of Bojanus. Name is this. And some mollusks have Cabers gland. Cabers organ. Some mollusks have, okay, extra structure. That's a which one? Cabers organ. In this, any doubt? In this topic, do you have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Right. Now we are going to start the main that things, that's the human excretory system. Right? Human excretory system in humans, you know that the first of all, excretory system is formed by which structure? Is formed by what? So in that first, that pair of kidneys, a pair of kidneys, then from the kidneys ureter arise. ये ureter है. Okay, so pair of ureter, then one bag like structure in which temporarily urine is filled, that is urinary bladder, and at the end the urethral opening is there, Okay, over here urethral, last में ये urinary bladder है, so last there's a urethral opening or urethra is there, which opens outside and release the waste product, right? So in humans, remember, excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, pair of ureter, then a single urinary bladder and urethra. One by one, we see the structure of each and every part. First, that's the kidneys, right? First, that's the kidneys. Kidneys color reddish brown. It's a bean-shaped structure. Okay, easily you can say that it's a bean-shaped structure, reddish brown. And that is located, situated between the last thoracic and third lumbar vertebra. See, close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. You know, our backbone particularly the waist part. Okay, waist, over that the lumbar vertebra are there. So lumbar vertebra at that point on the sides of the vertebral column, ये vertebral column है, and there's a waist part where the lumbar vertebra, इसके जो vertebral column के vertebra होंगे, that we call lumbar vertebra. So exactly at this position, a pair of kidneys are located. Right? A pair of kidneys are located. Just wait, I'll show you the pic for that. So in between, just write down what is the shape of the kidney. What is the shape of the kidney? Correct, bean shaped. See this picture. Exactly at this position, the kidneys are there. Okay. So kidneys are located, remember, between the last thoracic and third lumbar vertebra. When you see, when you learn in next chapter, that's a vertebral column, you will learn that different vertebral column is made by different vertebra. जो neck region में होते हैं उसको हम cervical बोलते हैं, वो total 7 vertebrae होते हैं, 7. फिर thoracic region, thoracic में 12 होते हैं, फिर lumbar region आता है, lumbar में 5, okay, then sacral and coccyx. So thoracic vertebra जो है उसका last thoracic vertebra, okay, and third lumbar का 1, 2 and 3, total 5 है, उसमें से 3. So at this much space over here, these kidneys are located. बोलिए, location first clear हुआ? Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. तो वहां पे फिर abdominal cavity आ जाता है. So that's why the name, the thing given, that dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity where the kidneys are located. Each kidney of an adult human, that length is 10 centimeter. Then 10 centimeter. And thickness of the kidney, right? Thickness of the kidney, that is 2 to 3 centimeter. Thickness 2 to 3 centimeter. Remember, length 10 to 12 centimeter, width 5 to 7 centimeter, and next thing, this thickness, right? 2 to 3 centimeter. And when we weight this kidney, weight of this kidney that 120 to 170 gram weight hota hai of each kidney, right? Now we are going to learn the structure of this kidney. Lower standard में थोड़ा तो आया है आपको इससे related. Now kidney ये bean shaped structure है. So over here in this center part at this position, right? Can you make out the shape like a concave? ये convex हुआ, this one, and this one is a concave. So towards the center of inner concave surface of kidney, this is a notch-like structure, this part, that you call hilum, right? This part where the shape is notch-like structure is created, this part you call hilum, right? Now, so kidney के अंदर nephrons होंगे that prepares the urine, and once that urine leaves the kidney, so it carried out by what? Ureter. Kidneys के बाद ureter है. So ureter actually pass through this hilum region. Okay, ureter that is passed through the hilum region. Now one is a ureter. See, can you make out over here? कि ये ureter है, देखो skinny color में. At the same time, can you make out that renal artery can enter which supply the blood, and that is actually undergo filtration also. And फिर at the end जो kidneys में से blood vessel बाहर आएंगे, the blood vessel which leaves the kidney, that you call renal vein. So renal artery enter, renal vein and ureter comes out from the kidney. Through which part? This one, that is the hilum, right? Even nerves can enter through this point. ये main entry and exit gate A ही है. Understand, hilum, take it as a gate, right? So the things can enter and exit out. બોલીએ શ્રેયા.
મેમ આ જે રીનલ આર્ટરી જે એન્ટર થશે કિડનીમાં એમાં પેલું નાઇટ્રોજનસ વેસ્ટ વાળું બ્લડ હશે
Yes, yes.
અને વેનમાંથી પ્યોર બ્લડ નીકળશે, બરાબર?
Correct.
ઓકે.
So kidneys, remember center, this center part of inner concave, which has a notch-like structure that you call hilum. Through the hilum, artery, nerves enter, and through the hilum, vein, ureter comes outside. Now, next part, that this hilum leads to where? This hilum that leads to, can you make out over here? देखिए यहाँ पे ये hilum part, ये hilum होगा. Okay, after hilum, over here, when you make a shape, actually it's look like a funnel. So funnel shaped structure, broad funnel shaped structure, space is there actually. That space you call, ये पूरा space जो है, that you call renal pelvis. This one you call renal pelvis, right? So inner to the hilum, a broad funnel shaped space is there, we call renal pelvis. Can you make out in renal pelvis part? The projections are there. These are the projections. Right? These projections you call calysis, renal calysis. Individual you call calyx. Singular is a calyx, plural is a calysis. Right? बोलिए, आपको हाइलम टर्म क्लियर है? फर्स्ट हाइलम, रीनल पेल्विस एंड कैलाइसिस. These terms are clear. See, we will go actually slowly.
Yes, ma'am.
To understand each and every part, because structure नहीं समझ में आएगा तो फिर next topic function तो ऊपर से ही जाएगा आपका. Right. So inner to the hilum is a broad funnel-shaped space called renal pelvis with projections called calysis. Now,
મેમ
हाँ बोलो.
મેમ આ હાઇલમ તો બસ આવી રીતે આપણે સપોઝ કર્યું છે ને એ શેપ ને.
Yes, yes. It's like a gate,
ઓકે મેમ.
right? Next, kidney, outer layer of kidney. Okay, kidney के ऊपर can you make out? ये जो दो lines है यहाँ पे, this one. Outer layer of kidney is made by a tough capsule. Okay, tough covering is there. Tough covering you call capsule, right? So outer covering by the capsule. Now, when we see the inner part of the kidney, then that is divisible into two parts. ये आपको दिख रहा है? This one, this much part. देखिए, first क्या है? Outermost covering, that's the tough capsule. Now inner part of the kidney, that is also divisible into two parts. In that initial part that you call cortex, which is a narrow part, cortex, and majority part is covered by medulla. ये medulla है पूरा. Okay, so this much portion, actually entire portion, you can say that medulla, just above that cortex region, and just above that this tough capsule. Is it clear? Okay, so inside the kidney there are two zones, outer cortex and inner medulla. Now the medulla, as you can see in this diagram, that medulla region, ये पूरा medulla है, देखिए. Can you make out? ये पूरा medulla.
મેમ તો આ હેરી સ્ટ્રક્ચર્સ પણ કન્સિડર કરવાના.
Wait. Okay, medulla is divided into conical mass, meaning ये पूरा medulla का part है. Medulla region is divisible with the help of these conical structures. These are known as a conical structure, like this, जिसमें आपको ऐसे hair like structures दिख रहे हैं. Right? These are known as this looks like a pyramid, conical shape, triangle, almost, right? So that's why these structures are known as the medullary pyramids. These are known as what? Medullary pyramids. This all are. So medulla region है, but medulla भी divide हो गया with the help of what? These medullary pyramids. Now, understand this, that this medullary pyramid, यहाँ पे medullary pyramids है. Over here, this is the cortex region, right? This cortex region extend between two adjacent medullary pyramids. Can you make out? This cortex region extend towards inner side between the adjacent medullary pyramids. It looks like a column-like structure, yes or no? This all looks like what? ये column-like structures दिख रहे हैं आपको, column जैसे. These are known as this much portion only, where the columns-like structure is formed. You call columns of Bertini. Columns of Bertini. Right? These are the known as a renal pyramid, renal columns or columns of Bertini. Right? See, renal medulla region is the inner part of the kidney that you call medulla. Medulla divisible or divides with the help of medullary pyramids. Next, which are conical structure. In between the adjacent medullary pyramids, the cortex region is extended. That looks like a column, and that columns you call columns of Bertini. Is it clear to all of you? Have you any doubt? You can unmute and ask me. It seems no doubt. Good. Next. This, can you tell me? आपको ही बोलना है, मैंने तो एक्सप्लेन कर दिया अभी तक. This medullary pyramids, देखिए आउटर साइड से अगर हम स्टार्ट करें तो पहले क्या है? कैप्सूल, टफ कैप्सूल. देन कॉर्टेक्स रीजन इज देयर. देन नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट? रीनल pyramids और medullary pyramids. Next, in between them column of Bertini. Right? ये क्या था? Can you tell me? These are called what? This thing?
column of Bertini.
Wrong. See मैंने कौन सा स्ट्रक्चर बनाया? Yes, correct.
Calyx.
Calyx, renal calyx, renal calycis. Plural है तो calycis. Singular, that's the calyx. Okay. This portion you call, this part. Sorry. This one you call. बोलिए, इसको क्या बोलेगे आप? नो रुद्र. Correct, Himanshi. Good. It's a renal pelvis. Galav correct. Shali correct. Afia Mahavir correct. And यहाँ पे जो लास्ट में ये स्ट्रक्चर आएगा, that you call हीलियम. नहीं, स्पेलिंग रॉन्ग है, हाइलम. करेक्ट. Right? So this renal pyramids, right? This renal pyramids that opens or projecting into the which one? Calycis. Calyx. फिर कैलिक्स से जो यूरिन है वो रीनल पेल्विस में जाएगा, पेल्विस टू हाइलम एंड देन यूरेटर कम आउटसाइड. ये पूरा सीक्वेंस होता है. राइट? Now, next thing that we have learned the structure of kidney first. Now we are going to learn that structure of nephron. Structure of nephron. Okay. Each kidney has millions of nephron, approximate 1 million of nephrons are there in each kidney. Which are the main functional unit? Yes, correct, Hit. Now, nephron itself is divisible into two parts. First part that can you make out ये? Only this one. देखिए, अभी आपको क्या ऑब्जर्व करना है? You know, ये जो यहाँ पे स्किन कलर जैसा स्ट्रक्चर है, only observe this part, not this red and blue. Blood vessels को observe नहीं करना है, only this part. Right? So if we can make out, this nephron is divisible into two parts. First part, that is the cup-like structure, glomerulus. And बाकी पूरा part देखो, it's a simple tubular structure. Right? So each nephron has two parts. One is a glomerulus, another is a renal tubule. Now, glomerulus, how the glomerulus is formed? So first understand कि ये Bowman's capsule है. Right? Bowman's capsule जो अभी हमने learn किया, that renal artery enter into the kidney. Okay, उसके small branches form होते हैं. One of the branch, okay, that you call afferent arteriole. Okay, smallest branch जो form होगा capillary like, that you call afferent arteriole. Afferent का meaning क्या होता है? Towards. Afferent meaning what? Towards. जो nephron towards the nephron है, that you call the afferent arteriole. That form a tuft of capillary, network of capillary over here. And then it comes outside. It moves away from the nephron. Moves away from the nephron, so you call efferent arteriole. Right? One that moves towards the glomerulus, you call afferent arteriole. Another one that moves away from this glomerulus, you call efferent arteriole. Right? Efferent का meaning होता है away, afferent का meaning होता है towards. Next part, that so blood from this glomerulus is carried away by the efferent arteriole. Now, each renal tubules begins with a double-walled cup-like structure. देखिए यहाँ पे double-walled, outer, inner and outer wall, and form a cup-like structure. That structure you call Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule enclose what? This glomerulus stuffed of blood vessel, capillaries, basically, right? And together, this glomerulus plus Bowman's capsule you called Malpighian body. Together you called what? Malpighian body. Right? So Malpighian body is equal to, remember, Bowman's capsule plus glomerulus. Right? Together you call it a Malpighian body. Now, so tubular part begins with this Bowman's capsule. Now it continues into first. Can you make out? It's a highly coiled structure. Right? This highly coiled structure you call PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. Okay? Convoluted folded. Initial part means just adjacent to the Bowman's capsule. That's why we call it a proximal. Initial part of the nephron के साथ attached है. That's why we call proximal convoluted tubule, which is highly coiled. Now, next thing, that this proximal convoluted tubule, can you make out, that leads into this structure that you call Henle's loop, right? That you call Henle's loop. It has a two limb, one descending, other ascending. It's a basically hairpin shape structure. पता है hairpins आते हैं ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Hairpin का यही shape होता है, downward and upward, same. So it's a hairpin shaped structure, Henle's loop, and it has a descending limb as well as ascending limb. Right? Now, so proximal के बाद descending, then ascending. Now this ascending limb continue as another highly coiled tubular part, which is away from the Bowman's capsule. So this now highly fold part you call distal convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted tubule that leads to the collecting duct, right? Distal convoluted tubule leads to what? Collecting duct. ये है पूरा nephron का structure. Now, collecting duct, can you make out? It's a straight tubular structure. दो highly folded है. Towards the Bowman's capsule PCT, away DCT. Hairpin in between है, that is Henle's. Right? So imagine that in kidneys, millions of nephrons are there. Okay, these nephrons structure is this one. They prepare the urine. Okay. See this. Over here in cortex and medulla region, these nephrons are present, which form urine. Sorry, which form the urine. That urine, we can say that, okay, first, that opens into this renal pelvis, जहाँ पे projections है, calysis है, right? First opens into renal pelvis. So collecting duct, जितने भी collecting ducts है, this collecting duct opens into which part? Renal pelvis. Okay, through medullary pyramids in that calyces. Up to here clear? Is there any doubt? Quickly tell me, fast. Right. Video, so many. मैडम आज ना वीडियो ऑफ से रिमूव कर दो. नाजिया, नेत्रा, समर्थ, जैनिल, वन्ना. चलो नेक्स्ट. So next thing that Malpighian corpuscle, PCT, DCT of the nephron, they are mainly situated in the cortex region. देखिए यहाँ पे ये cortex region था. We have learned that in this part ये cortex का part है, right? So cortex में mainly क्या present है? Bowman's capsule, PCT, DCT, right? Henle's loop कहाँ पे present है? ये medulla region में. Okay? ये इसका arrangement होता है. Mainly this PCT, DCT and Bowman's capsule that is located in cortex region. Okay, and this Henle's loop that is located in medulla. Next, in majority of nephrons, the loops of Henle is short, right? And that Henle's loop that is extended to medulla, suppose short medulla hai, short medulla, so only this much part of the medulla, this much part. Okay, that Henle's loop is there. Very less part of this Henle's loop that present in medulla. Some of the nephrons are there which have a long Henle's loop. Some of the nephrons are there which have a short Henle's loop, right? So on the basis of that, okay, basically two types of nephrons are there. Very important topic. Okay, two types of nephrons. Can you make out over here? देखिए, ये first type, Bowman's capsule, PCT, DCT, and Henle's loop जो है उसका actually very short part that is into medulla. Length is all very narrow. Next, that PCT, DCT, Bowman's capsule, PCT, DCT, that is remain in this cortex. Very long Henle's loop is there. Okay, so on the basis of this thing, two types of nephrons are there. First type that you call cortical nephrons. This one we call cortical nephrons, and this one you call juxtamedullary nephron. Okay, first understand the cortical nephron. Majority type of nephrons are this one. 85% are cortical. They present in their majority part actually present in which one? This cortex region. So that's why the name given cortical nephrons. Here Henle's loop is very short. Difference इसके form में लिखना. Henle's loop very short. Okay. For time being, write down one more point with this, that vasa recta absent. I'm explaining this after this. Vasa recta absent. Right? Cortical nephrons, 85% of the total nephrons. They are mainly lying in the renal cortex. Next, their glomeruli means the majority part that is in cortex, 85% है ये, right? and Henle's loop is very short, then vasa recta is absent. Here, juxtamedullary nephrons, that is located, that inner margin of cortex, ये पूरा cortex, ये outer side cortex, ये inner side. So that is exactly located where? So inner side of cortex and then medulla. ये junctions पे ही exactly located है, junctions पे. इसका location देखो over here towards the outer cortex, right? So junction पे है, that's why the name given juxtamedullary nephron. Now juxtamedullary nephron percentage only 15%, right? Henle's loop very long, and here vasa recta present. These are the differences between juxtamedullary nephrons and these cortical nephrons. Right? See, cortical nephrons perform their action generally during normal condition, when water supply is normal, when we drink enough amount of water. At that time, mainly cortical nephrons work. But when water shortage is there, right, water supply is short, then at that time, this juxtamedullary nephron control the conditions. Okay. You can write in this difference also, that cortical nephron size, entire nephron size is short, and juxtamedullary nephron size is long. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now first understand what is vasa recta. Right? देखिए, ये efferent arteriole है. Sorry. Efferent arteriole है. Right? Efferent arteriole and then efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole makes a tubular network actually. Can you make out? Network like structure is formed surrounding the nephron. This network you call first of all peritubular. Nephron के surrounding है, so we call peritubular capillaries. Okay, these are known as the peritubular capillaries. Now, once the peritubular capillary network is formed surrounding this nephron, have you make out over here a very small portion actually, very small, minute vessel. That यहाँ पे ये U shape का part है. Wait, one more pic. In this one you can clearly understand, right? This part here, this is the Henle's loop. Just parallel to Henle's loop over here, U-shaped blood vessel capillary is there. This part you call vasa recta, only this much part. Wait. Only this much. Henle's loop hai over here, this one. So this one you call vasa recta. Okay, this much part you call vasa recta. Vasa recta basically hai kya? Okay, this blood vessel exactly parallel to that Henle's loop, जो lower portion है Henle's loop का, right? This is a very important part to understand the counter current mechanism. Okay, how the concentrated urine is formed. So minute vessel of this network runs parallel to the Henle's loop, which form U-shaped structure that you call vasa recta. And this vasa recta, which we have discussed already, generally absent in which one? Can you tell me vasa recta absent in which type of nephron? Correct. Cortical. Cortex नहीं cortical लिखना है, right? And present in juxtamedullary nephron. Okay, present in juxtamedullary nephron. So this much you will have to learn for human excretory system. Now, one thing in this diagram, can you make out that? Can you tell me first of all, both the kidneys, they are occupied at the same level? They are located at the same level?
No, ma'am.
कुछ difference लग रहा है आपको, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This side is right and this one is left. Right kidney is slightly lower than the left one. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And this type of kidney, human kidneys जो है metanephric. Just remember this term, metanephric. Right? The thing which we have learned that the surrounding the kidney, a top capsule is there. Capsule किससे बना होता है? Fat. A layer of fat is there surrounding the kidney, which form a capsule. Adipose capsule बोलते हैं इसको. बोलिए, आपको इसमें कोई डाउट है तो बोलो. Is there any doubt? Yes or no? Okay, good. Thank you. So next topic, it's not possible to complete with this time. So all of you make this diagram in your notebook just now. All of you prepare this diagram in your notebook. Okay? आपको दिखाना है and then you can leave.
मैम वीडियो
हाँ,
बंद
बोल.
करिए तो चलता है.
हाँ हाँ श्योर. Okay. I have taken screenshot कि कितने present है अभी. ठीक है? कोई भी left किया आप में से किसी ने. So be ready for punishment in the next class. It's better. Start preparing this diagram. Once you have done, just write the chat, done in chat box. So one by one we can see.